Hello and welcome to Data Detectives. Today in this video we will dive into how to leverage marketing data from a store to create a comprehensive dashboard using Power BI. We will explore three key aspects: a journal analysis of the store's performance as you can see in the first page of the dashboard. Second, a customer acceptance analysis of recent marketing campaigns, and an RFM analysis, that is recency, frequency and monetary analysis to segment and understand customer behavior. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a powerful dashboard that provides actionable insights to drive your store's marketing strategy and enhance customer engagement. So let's get started. So to start creating the dashboard, first we will import the data and bring it to Power BI. We will go in the data and we will click on Excel workbook. The data I have already shared with you. You can go and download the data from the link provided in the description of this video. So this is the data that we will be working upon. I will select this one and simply go and click on transform data. We will see if there is any transformation required in Power Query Editor. We will quickly do that and then we will move to the front end. Okay, so you can see you can explore the columns. We have an income column, then we have a customer ID column, then we have number of kids in a home, number of teens in a home, then we have the recency, then we have the amount spent on wines, then fruits, then meat, then fish, then sweet products, then gold products, then on regular products, then we have a total amount spent, that is just the cumulative of all the amounts that has been spent on different products. Then we have number of purchases on discount, number of purchases through web, number of purchases through catalogs, number of purchases directly through store, and number of website visits per month. Then we have the acceptance column of different campaigns, marketing campaigns that has been launched by the store. Then we have a complaint column, how many complaints has been registered. Then we have the response to campaign column. Then we have a age column. Then we have customer days column. Then we have a relationship column. Then we have a education column. Then we have total spent column, total amount spent in a month. And then we have a accepted campaign overall. Okay, so I don't think there is a need of any transformation. So we will quickly go and apply and bring our data into the front end of Power BI. Okay. So to start with, first we will create some KPIs that are required for our dashboard. So the first KPI that we will be building will be of the total customers that we want to count, like how many total customers are available. So we will simply create a new measures table that will store all the data, all the measures that we will be creating inside that. Okay. Once this is created, if you see in the data view or in the table view, we have these columns that are available. We will be using each and every column and we will try to create as many measures as required based on our analysis that we want to do. So the first measure that we want to create is the total customers that are available. So we will start typing total customers and we will simply count the number of distinct customers available. So we will use distinct count and we will count the customer ID because customer ID is the unique ID. So to simply show you how many numbers are available, we will be taking our card and we will be dropping this total customers inside that. So you can see that there are 2205 customers available in our data. Okay. Once we have created total customers, let's calculate total revenue. So we will create a total revenue. We will write total revenue and total revenue is calculated by summation of total amount spent on different products. So we have a column for that. This is all the amount spent on fish, fruits, gold, meat, regular products, sweet and wines, and the accumulation of that is also available. So this is total amount spent that will be considered for calculating the total revenue, and since it will be a value, so we will be using dollar sign and we will be limiting it to 2 decimal places. Okay, later on we will see all the KPIs. Now the second measure or the third measure that we will be creating is the average recency of the orders, like what is the average days in which the customers are ordering the products. So we will write average recency of orders. Okay, and how we will create this, we will use the average function, and what we will be using here, we will be taking recency and we will close this. Okay, and we will convert this into 0 decimal places because the data will be in days, so we don't want any decimals to be included. Then we will be creating average revenue per customer. This will be very simple. We will take just the average, so we will write average revenue per customer. So there are multiple methods that you can use. We will be using this, that is divide, and we will be dividing two measures that we have created. One is total revenue divided by total customers. We will close this and we should get average revenue per customer. We will include the currency sign and we will limit it to 2 decimal places. Then we will be creating the complaint rate, like what is the complaint rate. So if you see the data in the table view, you can see there is a column that is available, which is showing you the complaints that has been registered. So this is the column which is showing you the complaint registers. There are zeros and ones. So if there is a 1, it means that there is a complaint registered. So we will be using it to calculate what is the complaint rate, like what is the percentage of complaint rate. So how we will be doing this, we will write complaint rate, and we will be using again the divide function, and we will be taking the complaint column. We will write sum of complaint comma total customers. So it will give you the complaint rate. Okay, you can calculate like this also, and you can calculate the complaint rate on all the orders. So it's completely your choice. We will be using this, that is complaint per customers, how many complaints has been registered, and then we will be creating an response rate also. So we will be creating a new measure, and in this new measure we will be taking response rate, and here we will be again using divide, and then we will be using sum of response to campaign divided by total customers. You can use total customers, you can use number of data available, as both are similar, so we are using total customers. Okay, and we will convert this into a percentage. Similarly, we will convert complaint rate into a percentage. Okay, once all your major KPIs has been created, now we will be using new card that is available for creating or inserting these KPIs in our dashboard. So first we want total customer, then we will take total revenue, then we will take average recency, then we will take average revenue per customer, then we will take the complaint rate, and then we will take the response rate. Okay, and we will do some of the changes here, that is in the formatting option. We will go in the cards, and first we will include an accent bar to it, then we will change the shape to rounded rectangle with the rounded corners of 10 px, and then we will also change the layout. I want to show all the cards, so I will choose like this. Let's close this, and let's see, we are able to see all the cards, but definitely font is little bit bigger, so we will change the font also to reduce to, let's say, 30 seems fine, because everything seems visible here. And let's change the cards, increase the accent bar to 10px. I think 10px is a little bit higher. Let's change to 7px. Okay, so we have created the major KPIs that are required. One is total customers, one is total revenues, then we have average recency of orders, then we have average revenue, then we have complaint rate, and then we have response rate. Okay, next what we will be doing is we will be showing the distribution of our income based on customers available. That is, we will be trying to create a histogram for that. So how we can do this? Let me increase this size a little bit, like this. It seems fine. So next thing is we will be creating a histogram that will be showing the distribution of incomes and how many customers we have according to that. So for that, what we'll be using is we will be using a clustered column chart. And in this clustered column chart, let me arrange here like this. We can keep it here as well. What we will do is let's keep this, and first we will take the income column inside our x-axis like this, and then we will take total customers in our y-axis like this. Okay, so currently you can see that there is so much lines as it is giving you customers for each distinct income, because income is a continuous variable. What we want is we want to create some bins for the income. So we will simply right click and we will click on new group. In this new group, you can keep it income bins. Later on you can change the name according to you. And what we want is we want our size of bins to be 5,000. That is, there should be a 5,000 bins for each income. So we will click OK, and we should see the change as well. We will remove this income and we will keep income bins here. And now you can see that our visualization or our clustered column has changed based on the number of income bins that we have created. You can see how many in each bin, how many customers are occurring. So these are the income bins that we have created, and most of the bins are between in the mean of your total income. You can see this seems to be a binomial distribution, and the most customers belongs to this income bin, that is 35,000 to 40,000, which is approximately 182 customers. Okay, so this is how we have created a histogram to just depict the distribution of income between your customers. Now what we want is I want to show what is the recency level of the customers, like in how many days usually people order from our store. So what we will do is for this we will be creating a line chart. We will keep it here. Let's reduce the size little bit. Let's increase this little bit. And what we will be doing is for this chart we will be taking our recency column that is available here. We will take recency and we will drop it on the x-axis, and we will take our total customers and we will drop it into a y-axis. So you can see that this is the recency graph line chart, and most of the times, like if you see, it's a very distributed chart. And if you see the peaks available, that is most customers, highest customers have been ordering through your store in 56 days. And if you see the lowest seems to be in 44 days, but definitely it's a distributed chart. So either you can keep it like this, or again you can create some bins for this as well. Okay, so let's say if I create some bins, I will create a new group, and here the bin size that I want to keep is, let's say, 3. Okay, now if I remove this recency and keep recency bins here, and let's change it to clustered column chart again, you can see that the distribution of total customers ordering your products is evenly distributed starting from 0 day to 100 day. So there is no that much distribution, distinguished distribution that we can see here, as it was visible in the income level of the customers. Okay, then the next thing that you can add is the distribution of customers by education. So we will do that as well. Let's move it little bit like this. And for showing the distribution of your customers by education or by the relationship, we will be using a donut chart. We will click on the donut chart. We will place it right here. And in this donut chart, what we will be doing is we will be selecting our education, and we will be selecting our total customers. So you can see that this is the distribution of total customers by education. And similarly, if you want to see the distribution of revenue by different categories, so you can just copy this chart, and instead of total customers, what we can do is we can bring all the products or the spending of the products in the values. We will take fish here, we will take fruits here, and we will first remove education, then we will take our gold, then we will take our meat, then we will take our regular products, then we will take our sweet products, and then we will take our wines. Okay, so let's remove the title for the time being, and also let's remove the legends because we first want to see the distribution. We can definitely change the name to only fish. Here we can change the name to fruits. Here we can change the name to gold. Here we can change the name to meat, and also for other measures as well. So let me change for everything like this, and similarly for this as well. Okay, I hope all names are changed. Now if I show you the detail level with values, contents as all detail, we can see different products and what is their distribution, and here we can see the distribution of total customers by education. Okay, since this is not a very important chart, so instead of creating multiple charts or donut charts here only, we can use field parameters to change or to see whether we want to see the distribution of total revenue either by education or either by any relationship. So for that we will be using a field parameter. First let's change its visual, and we will remove the legends as well. We will keep it like this. We can include the title for the time being. Later on we will change all these things in our final transformation or changes in the visual. We can see this distribution. One thing that I want to add is we want to add some field parameters so that in the same chart we can show different things. Okay, so for this what we will be doing is we will click on modeling and we will introduce new parameters, and here we will use the fields, and the parameter name we will be taking will be category selection. Okay, so in this category selection what we will be taking is we will be taking our education and we will be taking our recency, relationship. We will be taking our education and relationship. You can use anything that you want. You can create the bins for age, and you can use age as well. You can use kids home or these kind of columns as well, just to show the distribution. So we will be using first education and relationship, and once we click on this, slicer will be created here. So we will put our category selection slicer here. We can change it later on also, just to show how this functionality works. We are keeping it as original. Now since this is created, we will change here, instead of education we will be changing from category selection. Okay, so once category selection will be changed, let's say if I select education, so it will show you education, but if I click relationship, it will show the distribution of your customers based on relationship. And the same thing we can do for our customers, total customers as well. That is, if I create a new parameter again, that is fields, and here we will write measure selection. That is, we can select whatever measure that we want to see, and in this measure selection we will take our total customers, total revenue, response rate, and customer rate, and also we can take average recency of orders as well. Okay, so for this again a slicer will be created from which we can choose anything that we want to show, but to change this visual accordingly based on the measure selection, we will remove total customers and we will put the measure selection here. Okay, so you can see that if I select total customers, it is showing the distribution of total customers by relationship, and definitely we can see that maximum numbers are married, then we have together, then we have single, then we have divorce, and then we have widow. But if I change it to education education, you can see that most around 50% is of graduated customers, then we have some doctorates, then we have masters, then we have primary as well, and this little slice is for basic. Okay, but if we want to see the revenue distribution, again, since the graduation is highest, we are getting maximum revenue from graduation customers, and if you see, then we have doctorate, then masters. If you want to see the response rate, you can see this is the distribution of response rate. If you want to see the distribution of complaint rate, this is the complaint rate. If you want to see the average recency of the orders, you can see that as well. And let's say if I want to include here some other, like what is the average revenue per customer, we can see that as well. Okay, so to add a new measure inside our measure selection, we have added this average revenue of customer or average revenue per customer in this table, and you can see the same changes has been reflected here, and you can see like this is the distribution of average revenue per customer. If you see, highest is being given by, I think, doctorate customers, then we have masters and graduation on same level, then we have then primary, then we have basic education, and we can change it to relationship as well. In relationship, most of the distribution seems very similar, like this is married, this is together, then this is divorced, everything seems very similar. So this is how we can create a journal analysis dashboard or to see the overall performance of our marketing data. Okay, then definitely we can add multiple slices as per our requirement what we want to add. Now we will be doing the analysis of customer acceptance. So for that, we will be first creating a total or overall customer acceptance rate, like for all the campaigns that has been launched for our store, we have to check what was the acceptance rate for that. So for this, we will be creating a total or overall acceptance rate. So for this, you can see that if you go in the data view, there are multiple columns that is having the data of accepted campaigns, like whether the customers have accepted the marketing campaign or not. So there is marketing campaign 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so using 5 these columns, we will be first creating a total acceptance column, that will be total accepted CMP, and we will simply add all these things. So we will add customer acceptance 1 plus customer acceptance 2 plus customer acceptance 3 plus customer acceptance 4 plus customer acceptance 5. Okay, so this will become total customer acceptance. Okay, now once this column is created, what we will do is we will create a new measure that will be taking into consideration what is the total customer acceptance rate. So for this, we will go in our measures table, we will right click on it and we will create a new measure. This new measure will be overall campaign acceptance rate, which will be equals to divide, because we have to divide it by the number of customers. So first we will take sum of total accepted campaign, then we will divide it by total customers. Okay, and we will close this. Okay, then we will change it to percentage, and you can keep 2 decimal places for this percentage. To show this data in your dashboard, we will take a card here, and in this card we will put this value, that is overall customer acceptance, which is 29.93%. okay, so similarly we can create multiple cards that we want to show here. We will choose here total overall customer acceptance rate, then we will also choose the response rate, and we will also choose the complaint rate. Okay, these are the 3 main KPIs that we want to show for customer acceptance analysis. Now second thing that we want to show here is we have shown the overall campaign acceptance rate. Okay, but let's say we want to understand what is the individual acceptance, or what was the individual acceptance rate of our individual campaigns. So in that case, how we can show this? We can definitely show with a column chart, but for creating a column chart, first we have to create a table that will be having the unique campaign names, and according to that we have to create a measure for it. Okay, so what we will be doing is, first we will go and we will create a new table. So in this new table we will simply give a different campaigns that we will be launch or that is available in this data. So we will simply write campaigns is equals to, we want to create a data table, so we will write data table, and then we will start with our names, and that will be string in nature, so we will write string, then we will put a comma, and then we will pass our values. First will be campaign1 cmp1, then we will pass our second, so we will copy this and paste here, and we will name this as campaign2, then we will copy again it, let's copy, then let's copy it again, and let's copy it again. Okay, so we will quickly change it to 3, then this will become 4, then this will become 5. Okay, and once this is done we will close the bracket and we will press enter. So you can see that we have now the campaign names available. 5 campaigns are available, so we have given campaign 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the name of the table is campaigns table. Now for this 5 campaigns we will be creating a measure that will be selecting this value. So for that we will click on new measure, and the name you can write as individual campaign acceptance rate. Okay, and this will become, or this will start from, let me increase the size of this a little bit. We will start writing variable, and we will choose selected campaign, and this value will come from the values that we have created in the table. So here we will write selected value, and here we will give the name, that is campaign names. Okay, so whenever by a slicer anyone will select that campaign name, that will be selected. Okay, now we will write return, and what we want to return, we will return using a switch. We will write selected campaign comma, now selected campaign, just a second, we will write, if the campaign 1 is selected, then what we have to show, we have to show the individual acceptance rate of this campaign. How we can calculate this, we will write divide, the numerator will be sum of acceptance of campaign 1, so that we will include here, then we will divide it by total customers. This will become the acceptance of campaign 1. Then we will just copy this in other lines, because we have to make it for 5 other campaigns. We will simply change, we will make this to 2, this to 3, this to 4 and this to 5. Okay, and here we will change to 2, then this will become 3, this will become 4 and this will become 5, and at the last we will put blank. Okay, and then we will close our bracket. So this will be our individual campaign acceptance rate. What we are doing is, we are creating a variable that will be selecting the campaign names, and whatever campaign name will be selected, it will calculate the acceptance rate for that value. Okay, so this is our individual campaign acceptance rate. Now we will put this data inside our dashboard. How we will do this? We will take a column chart for this. Let's take a clustered column chart or stacked column chart, whatever you can choose. We will place here, and on the x-axis we will choose the names of the campaign. So here names of the campaign will be selected, and on the y-axis we will choose individual campaign names. Okay, like this. And we can change the calculation of this into a percentage with decimal places as 2. Okay, so this is how we are showing campaigns: campaign 4, campaign 3, campaign 5, campaign 1, and campaign 2. You can definitely sort the axis by the names in the ascending order. So you can say that this is the acceptance of campaign 1, this is that for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if I want to put a slicer for this, like if I want to show for some individual campaigns, then I can put the name here, and whatever I will select, the value of this chart will change accordingly. That is, if I select campaign 1, it is showing campaign 1, for campaign 2, for campaign 3, for campaign 4, and campaign 5. Okay, you can change the format of this. Let's choose a slicer setting to a drop down. Okay, and we will keep it right here. And if I select everything, slicer settings, selection, show select all as well. So if I select all, it will show all the values. Okay, so this is how we have created a column chart that is showing the individual acceptance rate of our individual campaigns. We can add data labels also just to show the values. Okay, we can remove the titles, we can remove the title of our y-axis and x-axis also. Okay, so this is the individual acceptance rate of our campaigns. Now for the same thing, what we can do is we can see what is the customer engagement of our store or for our store, because if you see, we have a data. In our data, if I show you, there are different number of purchases done from different locations or different ways. That is purchases by web, purchases from catalog, purchases from store, and then we have purchases on discount. Okay, so for this, what we can do is we can create a similar kind of chart just to show what is the customer engagement on different platforms. Okay, so for this, again, what we will be doing is we will be creating a new table that will be having customer engagement. Now as you know the procedure, you can pause the video and you can try at your end also. So we will be creating a data table that will be having name, then the value will be string, and then we will open close bracket, then we will open close one more bracket, and here we will give first as catalog, then second will be discount, like purchases are on the discount, then the third will be through store, and the fourth will be through website. Okay, through website. Okay, and after this we will close the bracket. So this will create a new table that is having 4R values, that is customer engagement ways. Now for the same thing, we will be creating one more measure that will be selecting these values, and accordingly we will be getting our values. So we will take average customer engagement just to see where we are getting the maximum customer engagement. We will write variable and we will write here selected platform is equals to selected value, and here we will select customer engagement names. Okay, and we will close this. Now we will write return, and what we want to return, we will return through switch selected platform, if the selected platform is catalog, then I want to show the average we will calculate the average of number of purchases through catalog if from store. If the purchase is from store, then average of store, that is number of purchases to store. Then if web site, then average through website. And then we will choose discount. Okay, and we will write here average discount. Okay, and after this we will put blank and we will close this. Okay, so now let's see what is the distribution of our average customer engagement for different platforms. We will be creating a similar kind of plot here also, but instead of names we will choose customer engagement, and instead of this one we will choose average customer engagement here. Okay, so you can see that store has the highest, then we have website, then we have catalog, and then we have discount. Okay, and like this we can create a slicer for this. We can change the slicer from instead of campaign names to customer engagement names. Okay, so you can select, let's say catalog, so it will show for catalog. Okay, so this is how we have created the customer acceptance rate. Definitely we can do some formatting as per our requirement, so we will do that in the last. Now the next thing that we want to do is RFM analysis, that is recency, frequency and monetary analysis. Okay, so for this first we will be creating some columns in our data. So in this table we already have the recency value, so like in how many days the customer is purchasing the products, so we have that value, but we don't have the frequency, like how many products is being purchased. So for that we will be creating a new column that we will name as frequency, and this frequency will be nothing but the addition of all our purchases, that it's catalog plus discount plus store plus web. Okay, so we are adding all four: catalog, discount, store and web, and we will press enter. So this will give you the frequency or how many purchases is being done. Okay, so this is frequency available. Now we already have the monetary also, that is our total expense that customer made, that is total amount spent. So we have recency also, we have frequency, and also we have total amount spent. Now what we will be doing is we will be creating a recency score val column. So we will write recency score, and how we will define the score, we will write, let me increase the size a bit. So we will write switch true, comma, and we will check if recency is greater than, is less than equals to 30, that we will give a score of 5. If recency is less than equals to 60, then we will give a score of 4. If recency is less than equals to 90, then we will give a score of 3. If recency is less than equals to 120, then we will give a score of 2, else we will give a score of 1, and we will close this. So we will get our recency score. You can check, we have multiple recency scores. Similarly, as we have given the recency scores, we will also give the frequency score. So for this also we will be creating a column. We will write frequency score is equals to Again we will use the switch method. Switch true if frequency is greater than equals to 10, then the score is 5. If frequency is greater than equals to 7, then frequency is 4. If frequency is greater than equals to 4, then the score is 3. And if the frequency is greater than equals to 2, it will be score will be 2, else it will be 1. Okay, and we will give the frequency score as well. And similarly we will do the monetary also. We will write monetary score equals to, for this also we will be using the switch. Here we will write true, and then we will start total. If total amount spent is greater than equals to 1000, then the score will be 5. If amount total amount spent is greater than equals to 500, then the score will be 4. If total amount spent is greater than 200, then the score will be 3. If total amount spent is greater than equals to 100, the monetary score will be 2, else it will be 1. And we will close this. Okay, so we have created all three scores: monetary, recency and frequency. Now we will be creating a one final score, that is final RFM score. So for that, what formula we will use? RFM score is equals to recency score plus recency score multiplied by 100 plus frequency score multiplied by 10 plus monetary score. Okay, this will become our RFM score. And based on this RFM score, we will define which customers are our champions, which are loyal customers, which are potential loyalists, and which are at risk and which are needs attention. So we will write customer segment equals to switch true, and here we will write RFM score is greater than equals to 555, then that will be regarded as champions. If RFM score is greater than equals to 444, then it will be regarded as loyal customers. If RFM score is greater than equals to 333, then we will mark those customers as our potential loyalists. Then RFM score if RFM score is greater than equals to 222, then we will mark them as at risk customers, and then last will become needs urgent attention. Okay, and we will close this and we will close our final bracket. Okay, so here you can see these are our customers: at risk customers, champions customers, loyal customers and potential loyalists. Okay, now once this has been created, we will create a new page, and on this new page we will be writing RFM analysis. Okay, so first what we will do is we will take or show our final count of our customer segment. So we will take our column chart, and in this column chart we will choose here, or we can choose a pie chart as well. Okay, and in this pie chart what we will do is we will show our customer segment, and by which value? By the total customers. So we will take our measures table and we will drop total customers here. Okay, so you can see that this is the distribution of our loyal customers, our at-risk customers, champions, and potential loyalists. Okay, you can change the format if you want. So if we make it to all detail labels, and then we can turn off the legends. Okay, so this is how we are showing our total customers by customer segment. Then what we can do is we can show our top customer and our least customer. So for that we will take a card, we will take it here. We want to show our top customer and our least customer. So for that, first we will take customer IDs that is available, because I think we don't have the names, we only have customer IDs. That is fine, but on this we will apply a filter. That is, we want to apply a customer filter based on top one, and by which data value? By RFM score. So we will take RFM score here and will apply. Okay, so this is my top customer, and here we will choose our first customer. So instead of bottom we will choose, instead of top we will choose bottom, and we will apply this. Okay, so this is our top customer. We can name here top customer, and this is our bottom customer. Okay, then once this is done, you can definitely make some formatting change to this, but the important thing that we want to show here is a table where everything is available, starting from the recency score and all those things. So for this we will be taking first our customer IDs. Then for this customer IDs we will be showing our frequency score, recency score, monetary score. Then we will be showing our final RFM score, and also what is their customer segment, just to see all details together in the chart. Okay, like this. So for everything we can see here, we can arrange this data into a descending order. So these are some champions that is available. Then we will be having some loyal customers, then we will be having some other customers. Okay, so this is how we have done the RFM analysis. Definitely we can make some formatting changes, like we can include some slicers just to see based on education, frequency distribution, or income level distribution. We can check that as well, like the slicers that we have placed here, we can add different slicers there as well. Okay, one of the slicers that we can add, let's say if I want to add some slicers, we can add a education slicer, and this will be the slicer. So we can choose different values and it will show according to that. The same slicer we can put in our this table as well, and we can sync it, and we can put on this table as well, and we can sync it. Okay, so these values will change according to that. Like for basic education, this is my top customer and bottom customer. For doctorate, for graduation, for master and primary. Okay, similarly, as we have added this slicer, we can add the age slicer as well, we can add customer segment slicer as well, we can add a income slicer as well, we can add a kids home slicer as well. So we can add multiple slicers. So all the major slicers that we want to add is available in the final sheet, that is I am now showing. Okay, with all the formattings done, I will be sharing this sheet with you, so you can refer this sheet. So this is our final dashboard that we have created. All the formattings has been done and all the slices has been added, that is relationship slicer, education slicer, customer segment slicer, age slicer. Then here also we have added all the slices, and here also we have added all the major slices. Okay, so this will be our final marketing analysis dashboard that we have created using our marketing data. Thank you.